I'm recording this for my kids. So before we start, I am Margie Shannon. This is Co-Housing Common House, February 16th, 2025. And I'm talking about the Great Wheel and the Great Little Wheel. Before we do any spinning, we have to feed it. And these are cards. And this is wool. We do spin wool on the Great Wheel. You hook and lift, hook and lift. It looks like magic. See how you roll it off like this into a tube of wool. And it's literally a tube of wool. The wool is like my fingers. And then we spin off this, so it literally unwinds through that. The cotton cards are different. You see they're bigger or smaller, I mean. And just like the other cards, like this. If you don't have the wool or the cotton well prepared, you can't spin it on this because you have to spin one-handed. But I wanted to show you how we do that. Now somebody asked me the other day why the wheel is so big. And I thought, you know why I think? Because these were made in communities. And who made wheels?
Wagon makers.
Wagon makers. So this was what they knew. These are lighter weight, of course, but you know, they didn't think about little wheels. And this, they could just turn them out, you know, mom needs a wheel, turn it out. This is the drive band. This is the head. This is the spindle. This is what Goldilocks. Mm-hmm. This is a multiplier. This wheel goes around once and it turns this little wheel 40, 50, I forget. This comes off.
Oh, goodness.
And this comes off. Do you see the axle?
Yeah.
It's not straight. It slopes. Oops. Here's the cotton. This cotton, the fibers are pointed like this, but, and it has to be loose. If it gets packed down, you take willow whips and you do this, you beat it and it brings it up again. And when I turn the big wheel, the little wheel goes. You hold this really loosely. No compression. You lay the end over. You do it and it's hooked.
Whoa. It's twisting, right?
It's twisting.
It's just-
Every time this goes around, see it pop off?
Yeah.
That puts one twist. And so you very loosely mind you, this cotton is 3/4 of an inch long. Little tiny pieces. And then, you see, it's just barely holding together. So I go. Can you see right there? That little thing? And then I have to pull it over, wind it off, partway. And wind it on the spindle. And that is the whole of it. I pinch. Do you see my fingers pinch? Down where it's all spun. Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
Whoops. Again, I just lay it on. Did you see it do this? I'll do it one more time and you can. It's like sound waves.
So you stand while you're doing this.
Yes. There are smaller wheels that you can sit, but you see it bounce up and down? This wheel is a shaker wheel made in 1805, just about 20 years before the Industrial Revolution. Every woman in New England had one of these, or else she was able to borrow one. This was made in around 1805 in Enfield, New Hampshire, in a shaker village. And I consider myself very lucky to have a good one.
How long have you had it, Margie?
Oh, 40 years. I was in the Boston Spinners Guild, and I went to a meeting one night, and this woman had brought all of her spinning things because she had had a stroke and couldn't spin anymore. And it just happened that I had a Volvo that was big enough to take that wheel. And I had my checkbook, which was most unusual. And so I bought it, and I haven't used it a lot. My mentor in Dayton, who taught me to spin, had spun on one of these at Berea College when she was in high school, and she had made coverlets, spun the wool for the coverlets, and woven coverlets, and sold them to put herself through school.
Wow.
Now, this is the exact same as this.
Oh, wow.
This is a Charka wheel,
How do you spell that?
Charka.
Okay.
This is what Gandhi used. And again, here's the spindle. And this is kind of neat. This comes out, the little spindle, and it's magnetic, so you can listen. But again, here's a big wheel, a small wheel, the head, and this, again, you pop off the end. Same thing. Pinch. See how it's just like the other one?
It looks like it folds together, so it's like a little case. Is that true?
Yes.
Amazing.
This was made by Jonathan Bosworth in Massachusetts. And I bought it in 2004. It's number 300 that he's made. Yeah. This all folds up. Because I just snapped it over. Well.
Okay.
Only one way to do it, and that's to start all over again. I'm spinning, this is colored cotton. It grows in certain areas. The cotton growers don't like it because it hybridizes. And they want white cotton and nothing else. But there are people who grow it, and I'm gonna make something, I don't know what. A shirt maybe. Several different shades. This is a little hat that I made. So one of these days you may see me wearing a little shirt.
And how do you make the shirt? You have a loom? I mean, how do you
Yeah,
knit
I'll
it
have
or-
to, yeah. I'm plying it to make 2-ply so it's thicker. And then you have to spin and spin and spin and get a lot of cotton, and then put it on the loom and weave it, put it on this way, weave it across, wash it, do this, do that, cut it out.
How
And
did you come to weaving?
well, I came to spinning because we lived at a nature center in Ohio, and my friend said to me, "Hey, you want to learn to spin?" I said, "Sure, why not?" Well, she said, "We can't buy spinning wheels in the U.S. There are none sold, but we can order them from New Zealand, but we have to order 12. So I said, well, I'll take one. And so it came in a box, and we had to sand it, put the finish on it, put it together, and then we had to find somebody to teach us to spin. And we found a lady who could not teach. She could spin, but she couldn't teach. And so basically, I was the only one who learned to spin. And so I taught the others. And I've been spinning ever since. And that was like 50 years ago.
Was your family craft-minded or?
No, no.
But you had an artistic eye to want to do it or something.
It's a craft. It's not an art. Or that's what I think. Because it's a skill.
Yeah.
And it's very, very satisfying. And as I get into Parkinson's more, some things are hard, but spinning is not one of them.
Probably helps your symptoms from not getting worse.
I think so. But currently I'm doing a lot of spinning on this, and it's just fun.
Is your sweater that you're wearing, is that from wool that you spun?
Not only that, I raised the sheep.
Looks like an art to me.
This won first prize at Common Ground Fair about, I don't know, 20, probably 25 years ago. When you come in our house, inside the front door, there are two ribbons and rosettes. One is best of show for this, and the other is the best of show for a hank of flax that I spun, which looks just like an old hank of string. But the judge recognized what it was, and she said, "It's just beautiful." But anybody, ordinary person would think, just a piece of string.
Margie, you should mention to them about flax video thing that's available. For
Oh, yeah,
Went out to the
World.
community.
Yeah,
yeah.
we all got email
Oh, you did?
and
And we all
links,
watched
and
it.
I
We
got to
watched
watch.
Yeah.
Wow.
My,
How did that come about? They made that YouTube video.
my son called me and he said, I want to record you spinning flax. Well, I can. And so he came up and just followed the whole thing.
That was your son.
Yeah. And it was fun. I have never done a cooperative project with him like that. And he interviewed me before to find out what I wanted to talk about. And then when I got stuck, he would ask me questions and it just led on again.
What is your love of? What's your love of spinning? What? Tell us about what you love about it.
It's just so relaxing. I have 5, 6 spinning wheels. I have a spinning wheel that's just like this, is just a spinning head.
Yeah.
And I have an Ashford, the original one, which is still my favorite, that I bought as a kit.
Yeah.
I have a Joy wheel, which is easy to put in the car. The regular Ashford has 3 legs, and it's like putting an angry toddler in the car. There's always a leg that sticks out that you can't get in. And this one, it's not only old, in some of the early pictures of co-housing, it's in the house, in the window.
That's right. It is. Yes.
Yeah, that one with the spinning wheel, that's it.
It reminds me, Margie, that we have my sister and I have an old family photo, and I can't remember who the relative is, but there is a giant spinning wheel there that she was using. in that photograph, or I think it was a photo. And now it makes me want to go look for it again.
200 years ago, everybody, every woman
Yeah.
spun. I mean, if you wanted clothes, you had to spin.
Tell them about the contact you have from someplace in the world.
Oh,
And tell them
that was somebody who reacted to that video. They said, "Your hands are like diamonds."
But where was she from? She was from way out someplace.
It was Albania or someplace like that.
Oh, yeah, YouTube will put you out there.
But I spin most days. So if you have any desire for hand spun wool, I've got lots and lots of it that I can't possibly knit, but it's knitting weight. Mostly brown and white, like this.
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
Any other questions from anybody?
Mike, it must be relaxing for you to have that activity going on.
Yes, it is, yes.
Presence.
I sit in the chair and just watch it. Sleep, of course. I can spin. People ask me, can I spin? And I do spin. I don't spin for making sweaters or anything like that, but I can. I understand the process, and I enjoy just spinning it. You know, there was something about it that is mesmerizing.
If you want to come spin anytime, just call me up or send me a text and come over, because it's all there, all hiding in the living room.
Amazing.
Wow.
Thank you, Margie.
I won't take it home till after the storm.
Good idea.